Lena had never been to this side of Nairobi before. Kilimani, with its high gates, manicured lawns, and cars that looked like spaceships, felt like another planet compared to her modest life in Embakasi. And yet, here she was, standing outside a marble-covered mansion that shimmered beneath golden lights, wearing a red bodycon dress that her best friend had called dangerously disrespectful. Her heart pounded, not because of nerves, but because of curiosity. Tonight she was finally meeting Marvin's father. Marvin had spoken of him in fragments, a successful businessman, widower, cold sometimes. Strict but chill, he'd said once. But Marvin rarely spoke of emotions, especially not about the man who raised him. Lena hadn't pressed. Until tonight, it hadn't mattered. She took a deep breath and rang the bell. When the door opened, Lena forgot how to breathe. Standing in the doorway was not the graying, pot-bellied man she'd imagined. This man, Mr. A, was tall, chiseled, salt and pepper hair brushed back neatly, with intense eyes that looked like they'd seen too much and trusted too little. He wore a black button-down shirt, sleeves rolled up to his forearms, revealing an expensive watch and veins that made him look like he still worked out. Hard. And the way he looked at her? It wasn't a polite, "Hello, nice to meet you." It was something else. Lingering, curious, bold. "Lena?" he asked, his voice deep, velvety and calm. "Yes," she replied, suddenly aware of her neckline. "I'm Mr. A, come in." She stepped inside and the house hit her like a slap of wealth. Floor-to-ceiling windows, marble floors, a spiral staircase, and art that looked stolen from a gallery. "Lena!" Marvin came bouncing down the stairs in socks and a half-button shirt, grinning like a boy who'd just won a PlayStation. "My dad let you in? Hope he wasn't too intimidating." She laughed nervously, but Mr. A just sipped his whiskey and said nothing. Dinner was a blur of awkward conversation. Marvin talked too much, bragging about his new app, while Lena tried to smile and nod. But every time she glanced up, she caught Mr. A watching her. Not in a creepy way, in a way that made her skin burn beneath her dress. She couldn't read him. His face remained calm. But his eyes, those dark, unreadable eyes, were doing things to her that no man his age should. At one point, Marvin left the table to take a call. The silence that followed was suffocating. "You're not what I expected," Mr. A said, swirling his drink. "Oh?" she asked, forcing a smile. "I thought Marvin's type was loud, plastic, noisy on Instagram." Lena blinked. Was that a compliment? "I like books," she said, unsure why she felt the need to impress him. He smiled. "Not the kind you give strangers. The kind you give someone you've already undressed in your mind." "Well," he said, Marvin finally did something right. After dinner, Lena excused herself to the guest bathroom. On her way back, she got lost in the hallway. As she turned the corner, she nearly bumped into him, Mr. A. They were alone. Close. Too close. "I was looking for the living room," she whispered. He stepped toward her. "You looked beautiful tonight." Her throat dried. "Thank you," she murmured, her pulse racing. His eyes fell to her lips, then her collarbone, then slowly back up. "I see why my son's obsessed." Before she could respond, Marvin's voice echoed from downstairs. "Babe, come see the rooftop view." Mr. A stepped back, cool and calm. "Enjoy the view," he said, his tone casual, but his eyes told a different story. That night, as Marvin drove her home, Lena barely heard a word he said. All she could think about was his father, Mr. A, and the way he looked at her like he'd already imagined what she looked like without that red dress.